Kathy was worried we'd have to dance to get all of your attention, but I think Ian did a great job.
Good afternoon. We're in the middle of a year-long celebration celebrating MSAE's 60 years of serving members. You've already been welcomed several times today. I just want to reiterate that we are pleased that so many of you are here to hear the exciting news about MSAE and about you, our members. I'm Kathy Johnson, President at MSAE, and I am sharing the stage today with Justin Begonik from Mercury Creative Group. A little history. In 1956, this organization was called the Association of Trade Executives. In 1960, it was changed to the Minnesota Society of Association Executives. And in 2000, Midwest Society of Association Executives. These changes were made to ensure that our name and our brand reflected the community we served at the time. And now in 2016, to continue to have our message and brand be clear and consistent, 1 year ago, a task force was organized to look at who we are, where we've been, and where we're going. To look at all we do. RFPs were distributed, and the MSAE Board of Directors approved the Mercury Creative Group proposal. Justin Begonik facilitated the process, and he's going to share with you a little about this branding journey.
Thanks, Kathy. So this morning, Mark, our keynote, one of the things he talked about was branding kind of throughout his whole presentation. But I want you to know that Kathy and I are both standing here on stage. We're grateful, and we have two things. We have a plan, and we also have a smile, and we left our guns out at the front desk. Now, I'm really here today to describe how we embarked on this brand transformation journey with MSAE and where it's led us. You need a consistent image. You need a consistent image and voice to be a credible and trusted brand. And you need a single story around the value you deliver. And you need to share that story consistently and frequently to break through all the clutter that we experience day in and day out. So first, and key to the success of your brand, is to define the brand value proposition. With a task force that represents the broader MSAE, together with the staff team, we gathered for multiple workshops, and we did just that. We defined MSAE's perceived brand value proposition. We also came up with key messages that support this brand value proposition. In the end, it looks simple, but it was not simple to arrive at. And yet, it is super crucial. This is the guiding light and the foundational piece that's going to set what the brand stands for and what all communications need to convey moving forward. The format's for internal use only, and it's to keep our brand in alignment from the inside out, from our brand core. And why? Again, for consistency. You heard that word numerous times from me prior, but consistency builds credibility, and credibility leads to trust. And once you can connect with your members, your customers, and you build that trust, that's where the buying magic happens. So that was what the method ensures. So we want to make sure that you understand what this is and how foundational it is to everything else. So with our value proposition complete, we moved into defining our essential value. The value proposition, distilled to one word, is advancement. We advance the profession first, the professional first, and in doing so, we're advancing the organization that the professional belongs to. In the end, our success is the growth and advancement of the association industry as a whole. So next, it was time to evaluate the current brand elements, everything that's out in the marketplace. And in what we did is determine what's still working, what should we eliminate, and where are there opportunities for things that we can create. We evaluated the name. We looked at the logo, the color palette, the identity system, all the communications, both in print and online. We even looked at the office environment. So the name, Midwest, Minnesota, Midwest Society of Executives, Midwest Society of Association, Minnesota the Association for Associations.
I know, Justin.
MSAE?
It got to be a little confusing sometimes. It was many meetings, lots of discussion, some pushback, some false starts, some questions, some enthusiasm that led us to the fact that maybe MSAE, the Midwest Society of Association Executives, was no longer the way to tell our story. Each word in that name was dissected and analyzed.
Midwest.
Does that include Iowa, Wisconsin, Illinois, Nebraska? What is the Midwest?
How about society?
I know that's old-fashioned, outdated. Is it still meaningful? And is it still relevant?
My grandpa belonged to the Railway Historical Society.
Thank you for that, Justin.
How about associations?
We all agreed that this was still an accurate reflection of who and what we are.
Executives?
That was another discussion. Is the association only for executives? Who does MSAE serve? The individual or the organization? Are staff professionals able to join? Who utilizes the products and the services?
So who are we? And how can we be clear and meaningful?
All of these were tough questions, some steeped in rich tradition and history. It took honest, open discussions and hard work to lead us to the fact that maybe it was time to update the brand and the name. We will get to that shortly. But first, Justin, please explain the process that drove the creation of the name and the logo.
So using the work that we did with the value prop exercises and narrowing down our essential value, we established foundational parameters for what the brand tone and the brand voice and the brand look and feel need to convey. All of that work is now going to drive the name, the logo, and all of our brand communications. So moving on to our brand tone of voice that was established. We serve professionals first and organizations second. So in all of our communications outward facing, we need to come across as approachable and inspirational. Our brand look and feel, it needs to be modern, clean, approachable, and reliable. And yes, social, a spark of fun and energetic. We wouldn't be that. You all know this membership, we're a lot of fun. So, like Mark had core values, acknowledge, honor, connect. We too, we are accessible, we are trusted, we are welcoming, and we are all about improvement. And no, Kathy and I haven't tattooed what you're gonna see on any body parts yet. So the first step in our process was defining our brand value proposition. We distilled it down to our essential value, which was advancement. Next, we defined the parameters which are gonna drive all the creative, and once again, for consistency. So all of these steps that you've heard make for a fresh, new, and true brand. And speaking of a fresh, new, and true brand, Kathy, take it away.
Thank you, Justin. And thank you to the task force and to Justin and Tracy and the entire Mercury Group, creative group. It takes a village to accomplish a great brand. You've learned that MSAE is committed to the future of associations and the profession and the industry, and to at least another 60 years of serving members with a new name, a new brand, a new, renewed, and sharpened focus on advancement. Embarking on this rebrand process has been rewarding. A name change was not a part of the original scope of work. However, as you heard, after analyzing and talking about it, it became apparent that we needed a new identity. In this ever-changing and unpredictable association environment, we feel that updating our name and identity leaves us poised to move the profession forward, to advance the industry in an important and in a meaningful way. Going forward, from this moment, we will be known as Associations North. Thank you. We didn't know what to expect. We are very excited about this new brand identity. It is fresh, new, and true to who we are and who we serve.
The icon takes on multiple meanings: direction forward, movement, progress, advancement. The colors, they're dynamic and new, and the tagline, italicized, represents movement forward. It reinforces what we do. We move association professionals forward.
The most important aspect is the meaning behind the name Associations North. North reinforces our intentions and our position as driving the industry upward towards its true north and advancing the professionals within. Right now we have a little something for all of you, and at this time I would like to ask the task force and the board to go ahead and distribute a special gift for you to keep with you so you can keep our new name top of mind wherever you go. Okay. We all know that change is constant, and we all know that change can be difficult. I want to assure all here today that the staff, the task force, Mercury Creative Group, and the board have all done their due diligence with this project. No stone has been left unturned, no question unanswered, no concern ignored. We are committed to moving professionals forward. I ask that each of you embark on this journey with us, embrace the change, talk about it, and be aware that the change is all-encompassing. It will take us some time to implement with all we do, but we will, because Associations North is committed to advancing and serving you, our members. Thank you one more time to the task force, the board, and to Mercury Creative Group and the staff for all the work. We want to know what you think, so there is a new Associations North booth as you leave your luncheon today. Stop by, tell us what you think. There's always a little more swag. And now, let's hear it for Associations North.